A new storm is rising in Tulsa. Dwight the General Manfredi stands at a crossroads, his empire expanding, but danger growing faster than ever. Every ally now feels like a possible enemy, and every move could bring him closer to power to his fall. The city is ready to erupt, and episode 4 of Tulsa King Season 3 promises to unleash everything fans have been waiting for: revenge, betrayal, and a war that no one can control. The story picks up right where episode 3 left off, with Dwight tightening his grip on Tulsa's criminal underworld. His power is growing, but so is the attention he's attracting. The cracks in his empire are starting to show, and what once felt like victory now feels like pressure closing in. The FBI's investigation into his operations is getting closer, and whispers of betrayal are spreading through his crew. Dwight knows he can't trust anyone completely, not even the people who have stood by him since the beginning. Meanwhile, tensions in the city are rising. The rival gangs, once afraid of Dwight, are now forming quiet alliances behind closed doors. The trailer gives us quick flashes of chaos, guns drawn in smoky rooms, shadowy meetings, and a mysterious car explosion that lights up the Tulsa night. Every shot feels like a warning that something big is coming. Dwight's world is about to turn upside down, and he can sense it. But there's more than just street wars brewing. Dwight's personal life, always complicated, is now breaking apart under the weight of his choices. We see brief glimpses of his daughter in the trailer, her face filled with fear and frustration. She wants nothing to do with his criminal life, but fate keeps pulling her back in. Dwight's struggle between family and power has always been his greatest weakness, and in episode 4, it looks like that weakness might finally cost him. There's also the question of Stacy, the ATF agent who once had a soft spot for Dwight. Her loyalty to the law is being tested again. The trailer shows her sitting alone, staring at a photo of Dwight as if deciding whether to protect him or destroy him. This emotional tug-of-war adds another layer to the tension, because when feelings mix with justice, someone always ends up getting hurt. Episode 4 seems to focus on the idea of consequences. Every choice Dwight has made, every person he's hurt, every deal he's taken is starting to catch up to him. The walls are closing in from all sides: the law, his enemies, even his own men. The trailer shows him looking out over the city from a rooftop, smoke rising in the distance, a quiet moment before the chaos. His eyes say it all. He's not afraid of what's coming, but he knows it's going to be bloody. Tulsa is no longer just a city for Dwight. It's a battlefield. The streets are full of people waiting for a chance to take his crown. But Dwight isn't one to give up power easily. The tone of the trailer suggests a man preparing for war, calm on the outside, but burning with anger inside. Each frame feels heavy with tension, like the silence right before an explosion. Episode 4 is shaping up to be the point where everything changes. The moment where Dwight's empire either rises higher or begins to crumble. If the trailer is any hint, viewers are in for something dark, fast-paced, and full of emotional punches. The writers seem to be setting up the turning point of the season, the episode that decides who will stand with Dwight and who will turn against him. Every scene, every look, every shadow hint that the calm is almost over. And once the storm begins, no one in Tulsa will be safe. The streets of Tulsa are quiet, but it's the kind of silence that hides violence beneath it. Dwight walks through the chaos he built, every deal, every favor, every betrayal now echoing back to him. The power he fought for is finally his, but it's come with a price he never imagined. The trailer gives us a haunting feeling, a man surrounded by loyalty that might not be real, and enemies who are closer than ever. Episode 4 looks ready to test every bond Dwight has ever trusted. One of the most striking parts of the trailer shows Dwight sitting across from one of his top men, Chicky. The tension in their eyes says more than words ever could. Chicky, the son of Dwight's old boss, has been unpredictable since season 2. Now, his loyalty seems to be slipping. There's a quick shot of Chicky meeting someone in a dark parking lot. We can't see who, but the tone is clear. Betrayal is on the horizon. Dwight senses it, but he's learned that calling out disloyalty too early can break a man's control faster than a bullet. He's playing the waiting game, and every second feels heavier. We also catch glimpses of a new face, a woman dressed in black, walking confidently through a crowded bar. Her name hasn't been revealed yet, but she's rumored to be connected to the New York crime families Dwight once escaped. Her presence in Tulsa means one thing: the past is catching up. Dwight's old world and his new empire are about to collide, and the result won't be peaceful. This woman could be an ally or an assassin. Either way, her arrival marks a turning point for the season. Another detail hidden in the trailer is a scene of Dwight's crew arguing in a backroom. Tyson, the young driver who once looked up to Dwight as a mentor, now seems unsure about the path they're on. His loyalty has always been emotional, not criminal. There's a brief clip of him saying, "We're not gangsters, man, we're survivors." That line could mean a lot, especially if Tyson decides to step away or betray Dwight for his own safety. Episode 4 might explore this tension deeply, how Dwight's old school ways clash with the moral lines of the people around him. Stacy Beale's storyline also seems to take a darker turn. In the trailer, she's seen entering a courthouse carrying a sealed file marked Manfredi. Her expression is cold, distant, the look of someone who's about to make a decision she can't undo. But then there's another clip of her drinking alone, replaying an old voicemail from Dwight. It's a painful reminder that her duty and her emotions are tearing her apart. Episode 4 might show her forced to choose: expose Dwight and end his empire, or protect him and lose everything she's worked for. The episode's tone, if the trailer is any indication, is one of paranoia and tension. Every character seems to be looking over their shoulder. Even Dwight's confidence seems cracked. There's a powerful image of him sitting alone in a diner, stirring his coffee, as a man in the background watches him from the mirror. It's subtle but chilling, the kind of moment that shows how even a king can feel hunted. But underneath all this fear, there's something else growing: determination. Dwight may be cornered, but he's not the kind of man to back down. Episode 4 appears to mark the moment he decides to fight back, not just with force, but with strategy. He's tired of reacting. Now he's ready to strike first. His voice in the trailer says it clearly: if they want a war, I'll give them one. It's not shouted, it's whispered, calm, confident, and terrifying. The episode seems to dive into the idea of trust as a weapon. Every person around Dwight can either help him win or destroy him. And that's the beauty of Tulsa King. It's not just about crime, it's about control. Dwight's biggest threat isn't the police or the rival gangs. It's the people sitting at his own table. As the trailer ends, we see a single gun placed on a desk next to a whiskey glass and an old photograph of Dwight's crew. The camera lingers just long enough to make us wonder, who will pick it up first? That image alone captures the spirit of episode 4: loyalty on the edge, power slipping away, and a man who knows that the only way to stay alive is to keep moving forward. No matter who he has to leave behind, the streets are about to bleed again, but this time, it's personal. Episode 4 isn't just a continuation, it's a reckoning. Every friendship will be tested, every secret will surface, and Dwight will be forced to face what kind of king he truly is. Because in Tulsa, loyalty isn't about who stands with you in the light, it's about who still whispers your name in the dark. The city of Tulsa has always been more than a setting. It's a silent character, watching, breathing, and burning with secrets. In episode 4, that quiet tension finally breaks. The trailer opens with a shot of smoke curling above the skyline. And that's not just fire, it's a warning. Something big has happened, and the fallout will reach everyone, from the top of Dwight's empire to the lowest street hustler trying to survive. The sense of control Dwight once had is slipping away, replaced by chaos he can't quite contain. This episode feels like the beginning of a war. The rival gangs have stopped hiding. They're no longer whispering in corners. They're moving in the open. A scene from the trailer shows two SUVs speeding through the night, headlights cutting through rain, before an explosion lights up the street behind them. Tulsa is no longer safe, not even for Dwight. What started as a careful game of power and negotiation has turned into something raw, survival. And Dwight, for all his wisdom and experience, might finally be realizing that even kings can bleed. There's a scene hinted in the trailer where Dwight meets with his closest allies in an abandoned warehouse. The air is heavy, and everyone looks uneasy. Dwight speaks in a low, calm tone, but the anger underneath is clear. He's not begging for loyalty, he's demanding it. The way he looks around the room, scanning each face, shows that he knows the truth. Someone in that room has been talking. The trust that once held his crew together is cracking like thin glass. One wrong word, one wrong look, and the whole thing will shatter. In between these tense moments, we get glimpses of Dwight's inner world, something we rarely see. There's a powerful image of him sitting alone in his car, the city lights reflecting off the windshield, as he replays an old voicemail from his daughter. It's short and emotional, her voice trembling as she says, "You can't fix this, Dad." That one line hits harder than any gunshot. Because no matter how ruthless Dwight becomes, there's still a man inside who wants redemption, but the life he's chosen won't let him have it. Episode 4 seems ready to explore that pain deeply, showing us not just the crime boss, but the father, the man, and the ghost of who he used to be. Meanwhile, the woman in black, the mysterious figure from the trailer, begins to make her move. We see her stepping out of a black car near the city outskirts, where the lights fade into desert darkness. She's talking on the phone, her voice calm and sharp. "He doesn't know I'm here yet." That one line changes everything. Whoever she's talking about, Dwight, Chicky, or someone else, she's not coming for peace. Fans are already guessing that she could be tied to Dwight's past life in New York, maybe even someone he betrayed long ago. If that's true, then episode 4 might be the moment when Dwight's past and present finally collide. The cinematography hinted in the trailer feels darker than ever, more shadows, slower shots, more silence. It's as if the show wants us to feel what Dwight feels, that the world around him is closing in, one breath at a time. The color palette shifts, reds and oranges, the color of danger and regret. Every frame looks like it's about to catch fire. But Dwight isn't the kind of man who lets the fire burn him down. He's the kind of man who learns to walk through it. The trailer shows a short but powerful clip, Dwight standing in the rain, blood on his hand, looking up at the sky. His voice plays over it. "You want to take my city. Come and get it." It's not rage. It's resolve. This isn't just about business anymore. It's personal, and Dwight is done hiding behind strategy. Episode 4 might be the point where he decides to face his enemies head-on, even if it means going down with them. There's also a growing theme of legacy running through this episode. The question isn't just who will survive, it's who will remember Dwight when it's all over. The trailer ends with a haunting image, a mural being painted on a brick wall, half finished, showing a man's face that looks eerily like Dwight's. The paint drips like blood. And the voiceover says, "Kings fall too." That line could mean anything, but it feels like a warning. Both to Dwight and to the audience, episode 4 looks like it's ready to redefine everything we know about Tulsa King. The power, the loyalty, the family ties, they're all being torn apart and rebuilt in fire. This is not the calm chess game of earlier episodes. This is the street-level chaos where survival means doing things you swore you never would. For Dwight, the choices ahead are simple but brutal. Kill or be killed, trust or die alone. And as the storm finally breaks over Tulsa, we're reminded that no matter how strong a man is, the city always wins in the end. The fire is here now, and it's only just begun. The night in Tulsa feels heavier than ever. Rain pours over the streets, washing away the blood, but not the guilt. Episode 4 looks like it will be the turning point that every fan has been waiting for, the night when Dwight the General Manfredi finally loses the illusion of control. The trailer's final moments give off a feeling that something huge is about to break. It's not just another conflict. It's the storm that's been promised since the start of Season 3. The city that Dwight tried to claim is now pushing back, harder and meaner than before. The opening scenes of episode 4 seem to show a city on edge. Police sirens echo through empty streets, neon lights flicker in bar windows, and Dwight's men move nervously through the dark, whispering about who might turn next. The camera focuses on their eyes, tired, frightened, and uncertain. They've followed Dwight for power and respect, but now all they see around them is destruction. Every deal he made, every line he crossed, is crashing down at once. And in the middle of it all stands Dwight, calm but broken, like a man watching the house he built burn from the inside. One of the most powerful moments in the trailer is a shot of Dwight walking into a church. It's empty except for a single candle flickering near the altar. The light hits his face, showing the lines of age and regret. There's no dialogue, just silence, the kind that speaks louder than words. For a man like Dwight, who's lived his whole life by strength and pride, this moment of quiet reflection feels like a confession. He's not asking for forgiveness. He's accepting his fate. And yet, there's still that spark, the one that says he's not ready to die. Not yet. But Tulsa doesn't care about redemption. The episode teases multiple betrayals, and one of them looks like it will hit Dwight where it hurts the most. The trailer flashes between scenes too quickly to be sure, but there's a brief moment, the gun raised, a shocked face, a single gunshot that suggests someone close to him won't make it out alive. The internet is already buzzing with theories about who it might be, Tyson, Mitch, or even Stacy. Whoever it is, their death will change Dwight forever. Episode 4 feels like the moment where he stops being a man chasing power and becomes a man seeking revenge. Meanwhile, the mysterious woman in black finally steps into the light. We see her sitting across from Dwight, her expression calm, confident, almost taunting. She tells him, "You took everything from me. Now I'm here to return the favor." That line alone sets the tone for the rest of the season. Her connection to Dwight's past, maybe a widow, maybe an old ally turned enemy, adds a personal layer to the chaos. She's not after his business. She's after his soul. And Dwight, despite all his power, has no weapon strong enough to fight memory. The pacing of this episode feels like a fuse burning down. Every scene moves faster, tighter, building to an explosion we know is coming but can't stop. The trailer shows glimpses of a massive shootout, gunfire flashing in a dark alley, cars crashing, people screaming. Dwight's voice plays over it. "They think I'm done. They think they can bury me. But I've been dead before." It's raw, powerful, and perfectly captures his spirit. He's not fighting to rule anymore. He's fighting to prove he still exists in a world that's trying to erase him. And then there's Stacy. Her storyline, once tied to justice and love, has turned into something tragic. A shot in the trailer shows her standing on a bridge at night, looking down at the water, holding a phone. She whispers something we can't hear before dropping it. Maybe it's a goodbye, maybe it's a warning. Either way, episode 4 looks like it will end her inner conflict in a devastating way. She's a reminder of what happens when two worlds, law and loyalty, collide. No one walks away clean. The closing moments of the trailer hit like a punch. Dwight stands in the middle of the street as rain falls harder, his suit soaked, his face cold and unreadable. Behind him, a building burns, maybe one of his businesses, maybe something more personal. The fire reflects in his eyes, and for a second, we can't tell if he's broken or reborn. The final line plays softly, almost like a whisper. Every king meets his reckoning. Then the screen cuts to black. Episode 4 looks like the soul of Tulsa King, raw, tragic, and full of power. It's not about who wins or loses. It's about what you're willing to destroy to stay on top. Dwight's war has reached its breaking point, and the fire he started is consuming everything around him. But maybe that's what he wanted all along, to burn down the past and rise from the ashes one last time. Tulsa isn't just his kingdom anymore. It's his punishment. And as the flames rise, Dwight Manfredi proves that even when the crown falls, the legend never does. Episode 4 will be the chapter fans remember, the night the king of Tulsa faced the fire and walked through it alone.